Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers breakdown and analysis of whatever that crazy game was. Pittsburgh winning 26-22 over the Cleveland Browns on Monday night. Pittsburgh going to 1-1, their first victory on the 2023 season. Cleveland falling to 1-1. Let's try to wrap our minds around what we just watched. Frankly, I don't even know where to begin on this one other than I was wrong picking the Browns, so as you guys should probably start following, go in the opposite direction of my predictions, and don't take my advice there at the casino. I went into the game believing that Cleveland had the advantage in essentially every area except for hopefully special teams. Pittsburgh could step up, and outside linebacker, where I knew Pittsburgh had the advantage with Alex Highsmith on Jedrick Wills and TJ Watt on Dawan Jones. Now, Watt saw attention the entire game. Cleveland was not going to allow Watt to try to impact that one as much as they could humanly help it, although Watt did get singled up on Jones on a third down play to break James Harrison's sack record, was tied with him entering the game, so congrats to Watt. 81.5 for him, but it was him. It was Highsmith that really helped win the day from the first play from scrimmage. Literally, the pick six by Highsmith, which had a kind of crazy bounce into his hands, but still picked it off, ran it the other way. Awesome play there. Watt, run defense, TJ Swat, the sack that he had, the scoop and score. The defense had to make splash. When your offense continues to struggle and frustrate and have their own turnovers and issues, your defense has to step up, and they outscored the offense tonight in terms of putting the ball in the end zone. So the defense certainly had their problems, tackling, mental errors, the big cutback that Jerome Ford had, some third down conversions that were just killers, quarterback contain, man, what a terrible injury for Nick Chubb. You feel for that guy. I mean, I'm a huge Nick Chubb fan, and that's obviously a very, very, very severe injury, but he was carving up Pittsburgh, and had Chubb not gotten hurt, they probably win that game. But I mean, the defense, they were very up and down, but their highs were enough there, and they created that splash, 4 turnovers. That is obviously monumental, and not only just turnovers, but you're putting the ball in the end zone on 2 of those plays. The pass coverage was shaky. Levi Wallace did not have a good night. Patrick Peterson was not much better. Minkah Fitzpatrick early on had to make a million tackles. You kind of had 2021 shades there initially. He leaves with that chest injury when he made that touchdown-saving tackle on Jerome Ford. Then you lose him, and guys are just coming in and out of the lineup. It was a bloodbath. I mean, it just felt like Steelers-Ravens in 2008, like that kind of just gritty, grind it out, win however you can kind of a game. But Joey Porter Jr., what a bright spot he was, again, working in just dime packages, which is 3rd and 6+, obvious pass situations, a third down breakup in the first half, and the 4th down man coverage on Peoples-Jones to seal the win. Just using his size, using his length, his man coverage ability, that's when Porter is at his best, defending vertically in man coverage. And so kudos to him. Will the role expand? We'll talk about that later, but it may not here for week 3 against the Raiders. But the defense doing enough and making splash, and that's the difference in this game. Now, offensively, still just pulling teeth to try to move the ball. The run game, not there. Cleveland, heavy front, 5 down defensive linemen. We talked about that in our scouting report and pregame coverage and analysis, and, just trying to get a hat on a hat, and just really nothing there. And we'll have to see the tape exactly what all went wrong, but it very much went wrong in this one. Pickett, just uncharacteristic decision-making, accuracy problems. Last year he took great care of the football, really felt decisive, and it wasn't splashy, but it was safe, and I don't know what's going on with him to start. Some tough defenses, good fronts, credit to San Francisco and Cleveland, but just some, really poor decisions, especially I think it was early in the second half. Throw the ball out of bounds, and he only gets picked. It was fortunately dropped. Just stuff you scratch your head at, but there were some plays. There were more plays this week than probably last week overall. Found some rhythm with George Pickens later in this game as they tried to get him open. The 71-yard touchdown, of course. Weirdly loose coverage by Cleveland on that play, but Pickens showing great yak. Got to shout out Calvin Austin for a couple of really good downfield blocks on that touchdown. The reverse run that Najee has. Austin getting his body in the way. The smallest guy on the field making some big man type plays, and those help spring those explosive runs. Pickens, very good tonight overall, getting open, making some of those tough catches, finding some soft spots in zone coverage, and so that was really critical overall. Held Myles Garrett generally in check. He had some pressures and nearly had that one sack that Pickett underhandedly threw the ball and it was incomplete on that one. So Garrett had his moments for sure, but didn't take over the game and make those splash plays the way that Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt did. But offense still so clunky. Pickett 50% completion percentage, 2 turnovers, no run game. Just so hit and miss. Chances to close out the game late. Could not do so. That 3rd and 1 call. Shovel option, I guess is what it was. You've seen that stuff before. And the perimeter runs that were just to nowhere when they got fast flow defenses and linebackers. JOK, their defensive end, just weird calls all around. A chance for firing Matt Canada. We'll talk about it more later. But the offense, at least a little bit of something, but a whole lot of nothing in this one. And there is so much more work to be done. And then special teams, Chris Boswell, pair of 50-yarders. The dude makes these. It used to be you couldn't kick a 50-yarder in Pittsburgh, and Boswell makes it look like they're chip shots. And so he hit from 50 and 52. One bad hold or bad snap, it looked off. Harvin, great hold there, so got a shout out to Holder. I thought Harvin, there were a couple of touchbacks. I'll have to go back and watch them, but 2 great punts overall. And he was my X factor. I said special teams has to gain the edge, win field position. Pittsburgh's defense didn't always respond in kind, but I thought Harvin needed that game. The Steelers needed Harvin to play well. He needed to play well to help secure his job. So that was really a critical component of this game. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around this one. You would think as a Steelers fan watching them for so long, I would be used to these zany kind of games, but first one of the year and still just trying to feel it all right now. So we're going to have to watch the tape, but you get a win. Doesn't really matter how you do it to not drop to 0-2 and then lose a game to the Browns, drop your first 2 games at home. You just really couldn't put yourself in that position. So you take the win. Nobody plays as many close games, literally. Nobody plays as many close games as the Pittsburgh Steelers since Tomlin was hired in 2007. No team has played as many one-possession games as Pittsburgh, and they have the 2nd best winning percentage in those games. Only New England is better when they played the NFL's fewest one-possession games. But point is, Pittsburgh knows how to win ugly, knows how to win close, knows how to win late, and they did all that tonight at Acrisure Stadium. So a lot to evaluate, a lot to watch over, a lot of tape breakdowns coming for the site, for the channel, but those are my quick thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Forgot to ask you guys at the start if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it if you would do that so you don't miss upcoming videos and live streams and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.